I live hood adjacent, so I'm not like in the hood, but like it's right there. Like you can see it from my window.
If you're surrounded by the hood, that means you live in the hood, Josh. If you're hood adjacent on all sides, you are in the hood.
Yes, I am adjacent on all sides.
Now I won't stop the way that I keep to deliver.
SJ.
I'ma make these haters reconsider.
BBC.
And I kick back,
Oh,
stay
yeah.
high up for life.
Oh, yeah.
And now I won't stop.
I won't stop, I can't stop, even if I try. I won't stop, I can't stop, even if I try. I won't stop, I can't stop, even if I try. Even if I try, even if I try. I won't stop.
Oh, hello. And welcome to Y'all Boys Talkin', a podcast about nonsensical improvement where each week we not only talk about bettering ourselves, but how we can help you better yourself by hearing us better ourselves. It's like amazing. My name is Joshua Jean-Baptiste.
Frank Hernandez.
I'm Maximo Santana.
And I'm Steve Della Valentina.
And the four of us have known each other for quite some time and have developed this philosophy in our adulthood and lives called STTT, straight to the top. Now, Max, if I was in space and my oxygen was running low and the only way to get back to Earth was to hop on the nearest comet and I landed on a planet and the first thing that came out of the life form's mouth that saw me was STTT. What does that mean?
I would slide a note over to you, and when you opened it up, it'd say, psst. STTT is all about putting together the cake of life. And you're going to need your baking powder, which is grit. You're going to need some sugar, which is determination. Oh. You're going to need to preheat the oven, which is a good attitude on life. Ooh. And you put all those together and you wait.
Which is patience.
Patience. Yeah. There you
patience.
Go.
Yeah.
Until everything's golden brown and you pull out the STTT cake.
Ooh.
Straight to the top.
So basically achieving your goals.
Yeah. And putting it all together and waiting.
Now, it's been a while. It's been a long time, but we are back. For those of you that are hearing us for the first time, hi. We don't know how you got here, but you're here. You're about to witness something. I don't know.
It's a really creepy thing to say to somebody. I don't know how you got here, but you're about to witness.
I don't know how you ended up in this part of town.
We were on a break from the last saga. This is the second saga. So for those of you that are back, hi. We miss you. We love the support. What have you guys been up to since we've been on break?
Let me tell you what I've been up to. All right.
Steve, why don't you kick us off?
No, that's it. I've been waiting for that moment. I've been perfecting that laugh.
Laugh. 7 weeks.
Yep.
To get that one laugh.
All right.
Well, I had a good time with y'all boys.
Oh.
You know,
yeah.
we said at the end of the last podcast that we weren't going to hang out because, you know, this friendship's a podcast.
We don't talk off the podcast.
But I'm actually really thankful that we did get to hang out quite a bit during that time.
True.
I went up to San Francisco twice in like a month. And it was dope, you know. Like it's nice to hang out, see family, you know.
Josh
chill.
flew up that one time. Who does that?
Yeah, I ate a lot of garbage food, you know. So to disappoint people from the first season, I ate a lot of garbage food, but it's all strategic. You want to talk about nonsensical improvement? Like this is all strategic bad food eating because I want to be in top shape for y'all.
What? Okay.
These next 6 months, you know what I'm saying?
You consume a lot of snacks to become a snack.
Yeah, you are what you eat.
That is true.
That is nonsensical, right?
But yes, Frank, it is. For those of you that are just tuning in, we are friends in real life, and we have this podcast. Wait, what? We're not.
The first time Steve said it.
I don't know.
I don't know you guys.
I don't have you guys on Facebook, so I don't know.
Well, we are a pending friendship in this podcast.
It's complicated.
That's what's up. What'd you do, Max? Huh?
had me a hot boy summer, if I'm gonna say so myself.
Okay.
I just been really taking the break to heart and been relaxing a lot of things, just so I can be calm, peaceful, serene at mind to attack the following set of challenges that we're gonna lay out for everyone today. I'm ready.
Dun, dun, dun.
I've been resting, and here it is, ready to go out the gates.
Off rip, first take, one take max.
Yep.
One take max.
Yep.
Yes, we do have some new goals and stuff.
Mm-hmm.
We have a lot of goals. And this time around, we've done a little bit of a remix. But before we get to that, for our first segment, we're going to give homage to someone out there in the ether of the world that exemplifies STTT. For our first segment, STT of the Week.
STTT of the week.
STTT of the Week is a person, place, or thing that has inspired us and exemplified STTT-ness. And this week, it goes to Mr. Boyan Slat. Frank, who that is?
So Boyan Slat is a Dutch 25-year-old who founded the Ocean Cleanup, a nonprofit which develops technology to extract plastic pollution from the oceans. The cleanup approach uses barriers and ocean gyres to scoop up marine debris as the barrier is pushed by wind and current. So it doesn't use gas or anything, so that's kind of lit. Ooh. The project aims to launch a total of 60 such systems in the patch. Oh, I should explain what the patch is. The Great Pacific Garbage Patch, are these giant patches of garbage in the ocean. Google that bad boy and you'll realize where all of our shit kind of collects together and basically becomes an island of trash. So they're looking to clean
Isle of
that.
Dogs, it's that.
Yes, yeah, there you go. Isle of Dogs is a great way to see what that looks like. And they predict that this capability could clean up 50% of debris in there in 5 years. He's won a number of Young Entrepreneur Awards, and while there are a number of people who don't like his approach or like how he's going about this, he's out here trying, man. And that's STTT. STTT, as Max says, is making the cake of life. You know, you gotta put your ingredients. Some people may not like the ingredients you're putting into it, but as long as you're putting the effort to try and make the world a better place, then I'm all for it.
Yeah.
Especially if you're trying to take care of the Great Pacific Garbage Patch. That is one of humanity's big shames, I feel.
Yeah.
The fact that there's like basically an island of trash somewhere out there in the middle of the Pacific sucks. So anyone that's out there trying to do anything to address that, hey, kudos.
On that note, we're going to take a quick break. Here's a word from our sponsors. BRB.
Remember that person that dropped you off on your first day of school? Remember who wiped your butt when you were a toddler? Remember who held your head over the toilet when you had too much to drink at the Ritz? And Carl, who was supposed to drop you off, got too drunk, so your only way home was splitting an Uber XL? I know I do. Call your folks and or your loved ones. You didn't do it yesterday, so do it today.
And we are back. Now is the time for the center of our Tootsie podcast, the meat and potatoes, or whatever you'd like to call it, the main attraction of this show. So, if it's your first time here, in our last saga, the four of us gave and received 3 goals from each other. But this time around, we've switched it up.
We have a personal goal. Things that we really have been wanting to do for a long time, but haven't had a real chance to try out yet.
We've also have a friend goal, which is very similar to what we did last season, where our friends give us a challenge that will hopefully take us towards self-improvement.
Mm-hmm.
And we have a community goal where we pour in our love and free time to volunteer to improve our local communities.
Bang, bang, bang. Now, if all of us don't achieve these goals by March 1st, 2020, which is about 6 months from now, then all of us are punished with one of the following.
One of us is going to have to live for a whole week without using the internet for any fun or recreational purposes. That means no social media, no reading blogs, no binging YouTube, that kind of stuff.
None of that. Or
Another one of us is going to have to go 2 weeks without any form of entertainment, which includes music and movies and TV. Basically, any form of media that we haven't otherwise made ourselves.
WrestleMania is that month, so I don't like it. I don't like this.
No, but my mixtape is fire. That means I can't even listen to that.
No.
But you know, one of us will also have 3 weeks eating just one type of meal. So you'll have one meal for 3 weeks with no variations. Breakfast, lunch, and dinner, one meal, 3 weeks.
Oh,
Wow.
God.
Oof.
And lastly, because we're all attracted to our sweet, sweet beards,
You like our facial hair?
we love our facial hair. For 4 weeks, we will have none of that. That means
Babyface month.
baby face for a month. That means we have to constantly shave, no laziness. It's going to be pretty fucking painstaking because I
Yeah.
look like
So
I'm
which
gonna be
one
12.
do you guys think will be the hardest for you individually?
I think
those.
for me, the beard, I legitimately don't remember last time I haven't rocked a beard. A lot of people I met in the past year and a half, 2 years, have never seen me without a beard. Celeste being one of them.
Oh, man.
Who has never seen me without a beard ever. And yeah.
She's going to be like, hey, man.
Like, oh, wait, look.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I don't know, man.
Yeah. I don't
me,
blame her.
Yeah, for me, it's
Steve's like, I would leave myself too.
for me, it's the weeks of no entertainment. Specifically for WrestleMania, I'm a huge wrestling fan. I've mentioned it
Dude,
that many times on this show.
I'm the same way.
And missing 2 weeks of wrestling, it's basically missing a year of wrestling, especially in March, which is the biggest event of the year. So yeah, let's all complete our challenges.
Let's just
That's what I'm
win,
getting
and
at.
we'll be
Let's just
fine.
win.
Frank's going to watch a wrestling match and there's going to be Pokemon involved now. And he's like, what's going on?
Oh no.
Yeah, the same for me. I really love playing Overwatch, and I'd be really sad if I couldn't play for 2 weeks.
Yeah. Entertainment of all costs, man. It's a pretty big net. So
It's massive.
But
net.
on the flip side of this,
Ooh, if we complete all of our
if we
challenges,
complete all of our challenges, we will get a WWE Championship belt.
well, they're the Y'all Boys Championships. They just happen to look exactly like WWE Championships.
Yeah,
Oh, okay.
there's no
Okay.
sponsorship or correlation with the World Wrestling Entertainment Company.
no, let's do World Wildlife Federation belts.
Yeah,
WWF belt.
I would actually love that.
Now, I mean, the glory of receiving a nice and awesome shiny belt, I think anyone can agree it is pretty awesome. Now, the other boys that don't achieve their goals will get lamer belts, and the last getting a participation trophy. Now, none of us want that. So if we all achieve our goals, are we all getting belts?
Yeah. How do we know who gets first?
So we'll be doing a new ranking system this saga where we'll be doing letter grades. The more effort you put in, the higher your grade. The less effort you put in, the lower your grade.
Yeah.
And whoever has the most effort towards the end about completing their goals will get a better belt, and at the end, you'll get a participation trophy if you don't.
Yep. You'll present the grade you think you got, and the other boys will adjudicate on whether or not that is BS or big facts.
Ooh, I like that.
Ah,
BS.
you know what I'm saying? I'm out here.
Ooh.
See your second saga, you know what I mean? Double up. I think it's the time now where we should say what our challenges are. This brings us to our second segment, which we like to call Challenge Checkup. For our Challenge Checkup, you will be witnessing us fail, succeed, and try to achieve these goals that we will let you know now. So, Frank, why don't you start us off? What are your goals?
All right, I've got 3 goals. My personal goal is to complete 4 music videos. My friend goal is to cook 2 meals every week, following 1 new recipe each week. And my community goal is to become a mentor for the Big Brothers Big Sisters program. Now, my personal goal. So I came to LA to make shit. I came out here to make shit. I love film, and it's what I'm here to do. I've been working on 2 music videos specifically for Adian. For at this point, okay, so we're in 2019.
Adian Lewis
As
being
is-
our mixed master music man.
Beautiful mixed master man, and my roommate. And I worked on a ton of his videos. Some of my favorite projects that I've done are works for him. And I wrote these couple of videos back in, like, I want to say 2016, and I still haven't brought them to life. So, as a part of this challenge, I want to really get these done. I want to get those 2 videos done, as well as complete 2 other music videos for bands that I don't know, for people I don't know. All the music videos that I've done basically have been for him. But this is going to expand my area so I can meet other people, so I can make more music videos and really try and get this part of my career going. Because this is something that I truly love. And boy, if I can get paid for it, that'd be lovely. But it's not going to happen if I don't put the work in. So that's why I made that my personal
Bake
goal.
that cake, man. Bake that life cake.
As my ancient ancestors used to say, bam, bam, boogity doo doo doo.
All right. So, Frank, my only question is, you want to complete 4 music videos in 6 months? Is that a realistic time frame?
So I actually looked back on it, and I did 4 music videos in 5 months back in 2015.
You got experience.
I do have experience doing this before, though I wasn't working a full-time job.
Ah, there it is.
Ooh,
Adulthood
plot
slapping
twist.
you in the groin.
I was freelancing, and I had all the time in the world to like do what I did. So now I have to figure out how to make these 4 videos around my schedule of working full-time at an advertising firm.
Okay. All right, boy.
It's gonna be interesting. But that's what we're here for.
Yeah.
my-
Hopefully you've grown since then. Yes.
Friend goal is to cook 2 meals every week, following 1 new recipe each week. As listeners of the first saga would know, me and food have an interesting relationship. There's a lot of frozen meals, there's a lot of pizzas, a lot of Uber Eats. That has not been good for my waistline. That has not been good for really many things. The environment in many ways. And my wallet, because, if you spend $25 per meal on Uber Eats, you're going to lose a lot of money real quick. And I'd like to save money. I'd like to invest money. I'd like to buy a new bed. There's a number of things that I want to do with this, but getting 2 meals out is probably going to help out. So guys, why did you challenge me to cook 2 meals every week?
Well, I mean, you basically just explained the entire ethos behind it, so.
Yeah, thanks,
Did a
Frank.
whole job
Thanks,
for
Frank.
us. Great
All
job,
right.
Frank.
Yep. There you
Glad
go.
we're in tune of this challenge.
Got it.
All right.
And finally, my community goal is to become a mentor for Big Brothers Big Sisters. So some of you may not know that I was actually a part of the Big Brothers Big Sisters program. When my mother and I moved to Florida when I was 11, after my parents separated, I wasn't really the most social kid. I wasn't really the most happy kid. And the importance of strong male role models in a young man's life is incredibly important. And I was lucky enough to be paired with my mentor, Sean, who I've spoken of before. And we met when I was 11 or 12, and then all these years later, we're still friends. I went to his son's baseball game a couple months back, and he's helped me, guide me through my life. There's been a lot of things that I didn't. I put a tweet out not that long ago where it's like, Sprite isn't healthy because it's not. Sprite isn't healthy because it's clear, and that's one thing that I found was a lot more common with kids, that they think Sprite is healthy because it's not, because it's clear. But it's just things like that, just little things that a strong male role model does. So now that all the time's passed, and now that I have my career and I feel like in a good place in my life, I think it's time for me to pass that along, to pay it forward.
Okay.
And
Oh, nice.
to be perfectly honest, I'm a little scared.
Being a Brick Brother's hard, man.
Because while I do feel objectively like, yes, I think I can do this, there's also a part of me that's just like, oh man, like this. What if I can't do this?
Stare fear in the eye, and you walk towards it with a lion's breasts.
And that's why I chose. Wait, hold up. Oh no, I'm gonna stop what I'm saying. What?
Wait, Frank, you were gung ho for a second about
something
that.
my
You were
ancient
like, yeah.
ancestors used to say back in the old town.
The old,
The Old
That's what
Town
they were-
Road?
Yeah, there you go.
Oh my gosh! But yes, that's why I chose. That's why I chose this, because I'm a little afraid of it. And if you're afraid of something, then you know what? Let's walk into it. Let's see what happens. Let's
Okay.
see what kind of adventures I get myself into. Let's see what kind of relationship I can build with this young man who I'm trying to help become a better person, and hopefully help myself along the way.
All right. Okay. The goalpost has been set, Frank. Let's go. Let's go. Let's go. Steve, what you got for us?
So I too have 3 goals this saga. So my personal goal is to make and publicly launch a video game. My community goal is to spend some of my free time teaching elderly Hispanic people how to use computers. And my friend goal is to sign up and complete the Kaiser 5K. So getting into detail, the personal goal, I've made a video game before, the last time being a little over 4 years ago. And it technically was publicly released, but it was taken down from the Play Store maybe within 3 or 4, not even 3 or 4 days of its launch. It was
man, that would have went viral, bro.
It was picking up a lot of momentum. It was a rip on a very contemporary game of 2014, Flappy Bird, where I made Flappy Pipe, where you played as the pipe, trying to fight against the birds. And it was a great feeling knowing people were wanting to play it. But of course, I held it too true to a satirical piece where I literally ripped parts of the real game and used it, and I got taken down. So I want to remake an entirely original game for a public audience, for them to enjoy, and just make use of my video game knowledge. For my community goal, it's just mostly looking at the help I've provided for my mom, who English isn't her first language, and computers are just kind of tricky for her. So I figured if I could help her, I could also probably help out a lot of other people
True.
in the local area who just don't speak that much English, speak Spanish, and the little elderly just needs some help with computers.
Nice.
That's nice of you.
Okay.
That's a huge market. You could probably make a startup after that.
I mean, I don't know if that would go with the whole community aspect of it.
Or like a love startup.
Oh yeah.
Startup with love.
It's a startup with love. There's no money. It's the most non-profit you can get.
Yeah, we just get
You
paid
do it for the love, bro.
Oh yeah. I guess it's. I don't know if it's a startup, but yeah.
All right. And your next one?
The last one is the friend goal. Which I would explain, but if you guys want to get into detail.
Well, Steve, we all came to a consensus, man. You need to run.
Gotta run.
You need to run, Forrest, run. You've said for a while, you want to kind of get back into your fitness chops, your fitness frame. You've evolved from shovel gloving. Now is the time to. Those
are dark times.
Look up shovel gloving, listeners.
Yeah.
Now is the time for you to take the next step and be a bit more physical, and being consistent. Training for a 5K and running one would be a very life-changing experience, we believe, for you. Do you guys agree?
I think so.
No, what I like the most about having you train for a 5K, it's a deeply personal thing, because it's not a team sport. It's not anything. It's just you, your legs, and some space. Your legs and some space.
That's pretty abstract. I like it.
Wow. Okay. Great, Steve. Great. We're excited to see it. Let's do it, Steve. Great. Sweets.
I think the more you say it, the more disingenuous it becomes.
Yeah.
Awesome, man.
Yeah,
Great.
awesome.
Cool. Sounds good, bro.
The best.
Cool, Steve. Okay,
That's
yeah.
dope. Awesome. Great. Okay, man.
I was
Good job.
being
10 out
genuine.
of 10.
God damn it. All right, Max, what you got for us? What are your challenges?
I got 3 challenges. My personal goal is to compete in 3 rock climbing competitions.
Rock climbing. Wow.
Absolutely. My community goal is to join and support the Tech Workers Coalition. And my friend goal, given to me by you gents, is to pick up and practice the violin so that I can create and release a 5-track violin EP. It's going to feature a black and white photograph of me looking out of a window pensively for the album cover. Start with the album cover is my motivation.
Nope, don't do that. That's failure. That's failure at your beck and call.
No, do bigger. Do the record label first.
Yeah, record label. Get signed. Then
sign a contract with a 360 deal.
There you go.
A 360 deal.
Yeah. All right. So my personal goal to complete in 3 rock climbing events definitely is my own way to kick myself in the ass to get into the gym. And also to add in another publicly embarrassing component of this, just because we love that here on Y'all Boys Talking, is I'm going to need to like register, sign up for, and compete in front of real people who've been doing this stuff for a long time and see if I can rock climb with the best of them here in the Bay. So I'm going to go in there and compete in 3 of these events. Hopefully, one of my original goals was to like place. But I'm like, no, some of these people have been doing it for decades.
Yep.
And I really can't control if I can place. But I can
How
control
about we
if I
make
can
it a
compete.
bonus if you place?
Great.
How about you get a bonus point if you place?
Cool. My bonus will be Frank has to shave his beard if I place.
Wait, hold on.
Well, that doesn't
bonus.
benefit you. That benefits.
Do you hate my hate my stash? Hate my beard?
You can
Max?
keep the stash, Frank. You can keep the stash. Gotta get rid of the beard.
That would suck, bro. You have to if you had to win.
Yeah.
That would suck.
All right. We can talk about that separately later.
Okay, fine.
Oh,
My
damn.
community goal is to join and support the Tech Workers Coalition, which is a group of workers in the tech industry, labor organizers, community organizers here in the Bay Area. They work in solidarity with existing movements towards social justice, workers' rights, and economic inclusion, all words which really speak to what I'm about in the workplace. So I'm going to be going to a bunch of events and supporting their rights and causes in these upcoming weeks and letting you guys know what that looks like and stuff.
Okay.
Ooh, okay.
And of course, my friend goal, guys, why don't you tell me, why was I given this goal?
Well, a couple years ago, if I remember, I don't even remember when it happened. Was it
In
high school?
This is
Okay.
10 years ago, Steve.
Not
just a couple of years ago.
It's been a while. Over
Yeah.
10 years ago, we got together, and I think you might have mentioned it, or I don't know, I forgot whose idea it was. Someone was like, we should get Max a violin. So we got Max a violin,
It was my idea.
and I don't even think I've seen it like touched or opened or anything. So now I know I'm excited to have you join in on the escapades of the music making. And
Yeah, actually, once this challenge is over, I realize all of us will have at one point in time released like a mixtape. So, Josh, of course, the most prominent with his music. Frank, you can't sleep on hot boredom. You just
Oh
can't.
yeah. I have a small mixtape that I worked on a couple years ago called Hot Board.
Right. And Steve in the last saga, of course, worked on and released music himself. So I'm gonna be last of the party, but I'm joining there, guys. I'm now invited.
We'll all have EPs.
Yeah.
I will have you know, Max, you with all of your challenges, you will become a worldly gentleman.
A
Yeah.
rock
You
climbing
support great
violinist.
causes. You
Yeah.
compete in rock climbing events, and you play the violin, and you have a beard.
There you go. I want to be the most interesting man in the world. is my
And
goal.
last but not least,
Josh.
Jay Hosh. My challenges are as follows. My personal goal is to write and perform a full-length one-person show. My community goal is to advocate for speed bumps in my community. And my friend goal is to be completely sober for a total of 3 months, 90 days in total, with at least 60 days streaking. For my personal goal.
wow.
Yeah, for my personal goal, I've written one-person shows a couple of times for school and for myself, but I've never done one that's full length. I am currently in a phase of doing artistic exploration of my own voice and what I can offer of value to the ether as an artist. And it's something that I've really just been sitting on the back of my mind. And I got a great idea recently that came to me in like a dreamlike state. And I said, hey, that's the freaking premise. I should do it, which I am. So that'll be interesting. My community goal, I live hood adjacent. So I'm not like in the hood, but like it's right there. Like you can see it from my window.
If you're surrounded by the hood, that means you live in the hood, Josh. If you're hood adjacent on all sides, you are in the hood.
Yes, I am adjacent on all sides. And my roads were really bad when I first moved here. Like, it was really bumpy, a lot of potholes, and they finally fixed it after like a year or so. And while the community rejoiced, that then led to a lot of people drag racing. There's a school nearby, and guys are out there doing donuts and like going up and down the street. So for 6 months or till March, I have to try and make a difference in my community. If bureaucracy happens and I can't do it, I can't do it. But I have to make a concerted effort to try to get speed bumps installed in my local community.
It's the effort. It's like the Slat guy from earlier.
Oh yeah,
it's like Boyan Slat. Like you gotta put in the work. As long as you're trying.
And my friend goal. Why did you guys give me that?
I thought it would be funny. I thought it would be hilarious.
Well, this challenge was given to you because there's a lot of fun things to do in life. And in Miami. But doing it completely sober is a completely different thing. Like, you can balance it out. Like, sometimes it's fun, sometimes it isn't. But if it becomes more constant than that, it could be a detriment to your self-improvement. It could be a detriment to your goals. It could be a detriment to your life overall. So this challenge specifically is to give you the clarity to complete all of these goals throughout this challenge.
Oh, okay. Yes,
just to give you a little more clarity.
Yes, I am a social butterfly, and it does kind of sneak into my schedule, and I will say, have a easy validation pass for going out and getting wasted.
Yeah, and if anyone we know that can make it without any of this stuff and still have a perfectly amazing, mind-blowing time, it's Josh. So I think also what I would love to challenge you to do, of course, is still have all the amazing fun you're known to have without it. Yeah,
okay.
Without it. I think you can. So
and to add in, as someone who's been sober for well over 28 years or so, I guess, well, discounting caffeine, but it's not hard. It's not that hard, and it's not bad at all. You save a lot of money. A lot of money.
Super easy. We might as well make this 6 months.
Yeah.
Whoa, relax.
Yeah.
Okay.
Plan.
I have a question though.
Uh-huh.
I have a question. I'm turning 30 this year.
That's right.
So can I have a pass for my birthday?
There's 6 months of this podcast. You only have to do it for 3.
Yeah. Just be mindful of the 60-day streak.
That's gonna be the most pivotal.
So I can do it on my birthday.
Yeah, you can do a 30-day streak before your birthday, then get lit on your birthday, and then do a 60-day streak after that, and you'd be done in 91 days.
Oh my god.
Alternatively, you could bring in the new decade of life sober.
Yeah.
Wow.
You might just see that you don't need all these little party
favors.
Okay.
Party favors.
All right. Okay. All right. Wow. All right. Let's do it. All right.
Mm-hmm.
And on that note, those are our challenges. As we go forward in this show, you're going to hear us grade these things and see how we can make them goals pop. That being said, we're going to take a quick break. We'll be right back for our final segment. BRB. Don't go anywhere.
Are you thirsty? Do you have dry mouth, lips, and or eyes? Are you suffering from increased heart rate, low blood pressure, or kidney failure? I know I am. Drink water. It's just like soda, except for everything that makes it soda.
And we are back for our final segment. We have our Rose, Bud, and Thorn. Cue sound.
Oh, I got my rose, I got my bud, I
the rose and the thorn and the bud of the week. I got my rose and my thorn and my bud.
A rose, bud, thorn is an opportunity for us to give gratitude to our week. A rose is something that happened to you this week that you were grateful for or that was just really awesome. A bud is something you're looking forward to next week. And a thorn is something that was a bit of a thorn in your side. Or as we like to say, in your side. But this time around, we're going to do a rose, a bud, and a thorn of what happened on our break. So, ayo, Steve, what you got for us?
So my thorn this break was a series of side projects that I took on that initially I was really excited to do, because it sounded exciting, and another just because it seems at some points easy money, but one of them just ended up taking up way too much of my time, and it was one of those things that could have been communicated better from the person I was working with, and it was a big in my free time. But it's coming to a conclusion, and I'm glad it's over, but I'm just not happy that it happened in the first place. So my rose was my birthday, which featured everyone here on this podcast. Very pleasant surprise. That honestly caught me off guard, even though I coined flying Josh out as a birthday surprise.
I have been used as a gift to surprise a friend multiple times. It's coined by Steve.
Your presence is literally a present, and
which I appreciate.
Yeah, and I was genuinely shocked that it happened to me. But Celeste also came from Utah, and seeing her was amazing as usual. But she made it a point to fly out Adam, my childhood best friend, who I consider as a brother, and have him here. That was awesome. I invited my group of friends from California. And it was a really, really nice coming together of people that are important in my life. It was a lot like Infinity Wars, but without the wars. So
a little crossover.
Yeah, so it's just infinity. So
we all came from multiple dimensions.
Yeah, pretty much. And what it seemed like, which alludes perfectly into my bud, a preview of the people who I would be seeing at my wedding.
Woo woo! Woo! Cue sounds, hip hop horns.
Yeah, which is coming up in October. October 12th is the date where me and Celeste will be in
holy matrimony.
Yeah, holy matrimony. Because I've only heard unholy matrimony, and I was like, no. Wait. Yeah, this is the real one, the good one. and yeah, I'm more than excited to be marrying the best person I've ever met in my life, and just having, or also knowing that pretty much every single person that's been important to me will be able to be there and share that moment with us. So I look nothing more than there's nothing more I look forward to than that date.
It's the buddiest bud.
It is the bud of the year for me. The bud of my life, really.
I think you can just kind of skip bud moving forward, man. Or we just pre-record this part.
In flight bud. We just always play
bud.
This part.
It'll be my bud every week.
Perfect. All right, Frank, what you got for us?
All right, got a thorn, rose, and a bud. My thorn is that, so I was really excited at the end of the last saga where I was just like, all right, guys, I'm going to keep this, this weight loss train going. It's going to be lit. Let me tell you, that weight loss train, like, hung out at the station for a little bit. It started heading towards the other station and got stuck in the middle. The passengers had to get out. There's some service that needed to be done. They got back on the train, and now it's kind of slowly moving forward again. So yeah, I just ate a lot of trash. I ate a lot of trash over the past
like from dumpsters.
I just jumped in and I was just like, what's in here? But it was still a lot of fast food. Surprisingly, not a lot of Uber Eats, which is shocking, and not a lot of pizza. So my two biggest enemies of the previous saga have kind of chilled, but kind of getting out of that stuff. I haven't gained more weight, which is nice, but I would still like to keep losing weight. But yeah, that's my biggest thorn of the thing. But
Big
it was
facts.
vacation, hot boy summer. You know, I was hanging out. My rose is actually tied into Steve's birthday. So Max actually put it all together a couple days before. I wasn't even sure I was gonna come up because I just come up a couple weeks beforehand. But Max was just like, "All right, I'm gonna fly Josh out to LAX. Y'all drive up, and then we're gonna surprise Steve." And I'm like, "All right, boom." And I was just like, "Crap, this is what a great idea." And the whole weekend was good, but I want to single out the drive up with Josh. I had a lot of fun.
That was
I had
great.
a lot. It was a great. It was a really
That
nice
was the
trip.
best 6 hours I've ever had with Frank.
That's what like Josh and I have been friends for a long time, but I think we were really good friends for that trip. It was a really fun time.
We rapped a lot.
We rapped, like, we freestyled a bunch of just rhymes that like none of it recorded, none of it anywhere, but it was just a good time. And obviously, of course, being there for the weekend with y'all boys, we played a game of Charlie McDennis. Steve went down a flight of stairs in a box which exploded. It was amazing.
Oh yeah.
Yeah. The concussion, I forgot it.
I'm sure your ass remembers that, Steve.
That was both a thorn and a rose.
But that was just a wonderful rose.
That's
and
awesome.
like anytime I get to spend with you guys is fantastic, which will lead into the bud that for the wedding we've decided to do a dance.
Woo!
Do a dance. We've always liked this one particular dance of this video we saw a bunch of years ago. So using my previous dance experience, I'm going to be putting together a choreo for us.
Oh.
And I've done a lot of choreo, but I've never actually made one myself. So this is going to be a very interesting side challenge for myself to kind of put this all together. But yeah, I'm super excited for that. And it's going to be hella dope at the wedding. So yeah, all my buds will also be Steve's wedding.
That's what's up. Max, a.k.a. Shax, what you got?
I got a thorn, a rose, and a bud. My thorn kind of comes in with one of my challenges. I was trying to get ahead of the pack and go to the rock gym so I can put some hours in and get good. And usually the gym is about 1.5 miles from my place. So I'll jog to the gym, do my thing, and then cool down, walk back. On my jog to the gym on Thursday, my phone slipped out my bag and it hit the asphalt and cracked fucking wide open. Yep. So I gotta decide if I
Ouchie.
want to get a new phone or replace my screen again. And I don't know. I've never
Again?
cracked
Wait,
a phone.
again?
Yeah, I've never cracked a phone screen before I owned this phone, and this is the second time this screen has cracked.
God.
Sounds like you
So-
need an iPhone.
No, I'm not. Nope. Absolutely. not. Yeah, but that sucks. But I'll be all right. My rose over the break, I had to decide to do something to do with all of the free time I had, and I decided to get a 3D printer, which was on sale at the time. So I've been 3D printing a lot of things in the middle of this break, which has been a lot of fun. I've made like these planners so I can take to work and have awesome plants around the house. I made an incense holder. I've been printing out a bunch of random toys, just learning the craft and using that. And I have a few projects coming up in the future that are going to rely on some 3D printed parts. So very happy to have that in my life.
Okay.
And my bud is also in the break. I've been taking care of my body because that's important. I've made a bunch of appointments with dentists and doctors and all sorts of things. And I'm getting glasses again because I really should be wearing glasses pretty much at all times.
Oh my God.
No.
Yeah.
Oh God.
Oh God, Max.
Yeah. But,
You've
you
driven us
probably-
multiple places.
That's you've not seen me in glasses in maybe a year's time. Probably like when we went to Japan. Shortly after that, I lost my glasses.
Oh man.
Oh no.
Yeah,
Really? It's been that long?
Yeah. It's been
Holy shit.
over a year.
Well, go on Warby Parker and put YBT. Y'all boys talking to get nothing.
We do not. Disclaimer: we do not have any
Yeah,
sort of
yeah.
collaboration.
That
Go
does,
see what
that
we
does
want.
not exist.
You can put it in there. I'm not gonna stop you from putting that into the promo code. It won't do anything, but
Yeah.
Hey.
So I got 3 pairs of glasses coming at me in the next 10 business days. So I'll be a glasses wielding person.
Oh wow, Max. Whew. All right.
Josh, what you got for your thorn, rose, and bud?
So my rose, aside from seeing you guys, is that I took on a challenge for myself, and I wrote and directed a short film, which was pretty awesome. I've never directed a movie before, and I literally had the film in a dream, and I woke up and I wrote it, and I actually made it. I was very nervous. I was going to quit halfway, but I did it. It got done, and I think it's going to be pretty awesome if I can pull this off and make a pretty dope movie. My thorn is that I did fall off the wagon regarding fitness, and now that this challenge of sobriety has been instilled on me, I'm going to take advantage of that and get intoxicated off my own endorphins and stuff, you know?
The good stuff, natural.
I'm going to try to attach some more positive habits to being sober. I just feel like I need to distract myself with good things. And my bud is that I'm working 9 to 5 next week. I usually work 11 to 7, but it'll be nice to get out 2 hours early. So that's my bud. On that note, now is the time for the end of the show. We have stated our challenges. Now you will witness us take the first step towards our journey of getting to the top. Thank you for listening. We'll see you next week. Stay up. We have a couple shout outs we want to give. Shout out to Adian Lewis for our interstitial music, to Geno Music for our wonderful theme song called Won't Stop. To learn more about our challenges, go to y'allboystalkin.com or follow us on Instagram and Twitter and Facebook at y'allboystalkin. New episodes every single Wednesday.